Okay, so I'm going to keep this one brief because some of the more nuts and bolts of how to do a game through Google Meet I go over in the next Quizlet Live option. Because you can play games on Google Meet. Quizlet Live, Kahoot, some of those games we play in the classroom, it's easy to translate to Google Meet. You just have to share your screen with the students through the Google Meet, and then they need a separate device. So they'll have the one device where they're watching the Google Meet and they're watching your screen in the game. And then they'll have another device, their phone or something else, tablet, that they're playing the game on. So it's just a little different, but it's still very doable. And I go over that in that next option. But I want to talk to you. There are other games you can play. I mean, you can play all kinds of things on Google Meets. And the thing is, I think it's important to do. And you could do it a couple different ways. You could maybe, if you have to meet with students to do some instruction, maybe you could do a little icebreaker game to begin with, just to get everybody laughing and in a good mood, and before you have to start learning. Or maybe you can just do, okay, every Friday, guys, at 2:30, I'm going to be in our Google Meet and we're going to play a game. Some weeks it's Quizlet Live, sometimes it's Kahoot, sometimes it's Pictionary, sometimes it's, Simon Says, Bingo. I mean, they may never know what game you're going to have planned for them, but you can do that and just have it as a set time that we'll all get together. If they want to join, they join. If they don't, they don't. And so it's a nice way to connect. Now, I'm not going to get real specific with you because you can type in, just like I did, games for Google Meet with students and come up with all the same stuff I just did. So, of course, you've got these listed here: Kahoot, Show and Tell, Scavenger Hunt, Pictionary, Charades. If you scroll on down, I like these two links I looked at earlier that have some ideas for games. Of course, you can do, oh, what just happened? Do I not have my internet connected? Well, that's the problem. There it is. You can tell this is a live video and I'm not going to redo this. Let's get connected here for just a second. Maybe it'll work now. Hopefully. So you can do some games like I did, with the faculty the other day. We did the put a finger down if, and you have a list of, kind of funny things that they have to confess to. Nothing too personal, of course. But that would be fun. You could do charades, Simon Says, bingo. Would you rather is fun if you have some funny kinds of questions. Pet parade, they can show their pets. Dance. Go Noodle is a website you can go to, play music, and they can dance. Then they can have dress up. Like, you can do all kinds of neat little things in a Google Meet. This other site, and I'll share both of these sites with you just so you don't have to search if you don't want to, has some other ideas, categories. You can do that online. Boggle, Pictionary, Dress to Impress. You have dress up days. Lots of different things you can do. And of course, to do that, you go to your Google Classroom, you go to your Meet. I don't want my camera on. You're going to join. And so it would be 2:30 Friday. Here I am. I'm ready to start our game. Hopefully I would have kids join me. I don't have them right now. And if it were a game like Quizlet Live or Kahoot or some of those online games that we were just talking about, I could present my screen, a particular tab of my browser for students to see if they need to see the leaderboard or they need to see the actual game, and then they could play on a separate device. Or sometimes we need to see their faces in order to play. And so if that's the case, I would recommend changing your layout. So if you go, and I would tell the kids to do this too. So if we were playing that Would You Rather game, or even Put a Finger Down, things like that, where it's important to see each other, I would change the layout, and I would tell students to go here and change the layout too. Go to little three dots, change the layout, and go to the tiled, because that will give you 16, you can see 16 people all at one time, which would be a really good option if you're doing some of those games where you really have to see each other. So that's it. nothing spectacular I have shared with you there other than Google some games to play in Google Meets and set up a time and try to do it consistently. And that way maybe they'll feel more connected to you and each other and want to do their work. And maybe they just need a break. Maybe, you know, they're stuck at home and they need that human social interaction with people other than the ones that live in their house. So please consider doing this. I mean, it might not take but 15 minutes every Friday to go to Google Meet and do a quick little game with them. But the impact of that might be way more than just 15 minutes. Okay. So that's all I have on that one.